All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Course Creator Community Podcast. I am super excited because we have an awesome guest on the line this week. And I know I say that about every guest every week, but this guest has the stats to back it up. She currently has 300 members in her membership. Now, 300 members in anything is an amazing achievement. I'm sure everyone listening to this is like, wow, I wish I could have 300 people in my membership. What does she do? Something really popular like business or dating or something? It's in acrylic painting. I don't even know what that is. I'm about to find out. But without further ado, let me introduce the one and only Ms. Freda Lombard. Freda, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am awesome. Now, let's dive into it, Freda. Acrylic painting. That's what you do, right?
Yes, I teach people how to paint pretty pictures.
Awesome.
So it's an art lesson. I used to do this in person. So I would go out to restaurants, to coffee shops, to people's homes, and I had an art studio where people would come in and they'll paint for an hour and a half. I stand in front and I guide them step by step. And the people that paint with me are not artists. They are people that just want a fun night out. So people used to go for a movie and a dinner. Now they go for paint night and a dinner.
That's sick.
But yeah, so that's what I do. But COVID, of course, tanked my business. And I went from having zero income to going online and starting a membership. And now I've had more than 100,000 in sales. I have 300 members. Last month, I had a record month. It's been lovely.
That's amazing. Well, let's spend a minute on those finances and then we'll get into your story and how you did it. You said 300 members you've got?
Yes.
And they're paying
300 members.
And they're paying how much per month is it?
They pay $19 a month.
Awesome. And that's Canadian dollars, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So that's give or take about 6,000 a month you're doing in your membership.
Yes.
That's awesome. Do you still, now that COVID's kind of, well, it's over in Australia anyway, I'm not sure about the rest of the world. Now that it's kind of not as big as it used to be, are you still doing your face-to-face stuff or is it all online now?
It is, I'm starting to go back into in-person, but my online is still growing and still doing good. And I've seen a massive spurt the last month, which I didn't expect because it's becoming summer here now. We're getting to the close to the end of spring, but it's still growing. It's been wonderful.
Yeah. So wait, you have summer in Canada, do you?
It's currently the tail end of spring. So yeah.
Awesome. Because on TV, whenever we see Canada, it's just always snowing and cold, you know. But you do have a summer there as well, right?
We a little one. It's about 2 months.
Awesome. And for those listening, Freda's from Surrey in British Columbia. If you're wondering where's this accent, why is she charging Canadian dollars? That's where she's from there. So awesome. Well, look, tell us a little bit about that story, Freda. So COVID hit, you had zero income. How did you get online? Where did you start? How did it happen?
Okay, so when COVID hit, I was on the couch crying next to my husband and he says, go paint. You need to go paint. Girl, you can't do this to yourself. But I think I was just so upset because so many friends can't see their parents. And he says, art always makes you feel better, go paint. So I decided to not paint by myself, but go live. So I post on my Facebook page, go get some acrylic paint, go get some brushes, go get some canvases. We're going to paint tonight. So I went live and there was about 60 or 80 people that painted with me live on Facebook.
Wow.
And I said, well, I'll see you guys in 2 days. Let's do this again. And then the next 2 days, there were 100 and something people. And so I did it for 3 days a week. And by the next week, I had 600 people painting with me live on Facebook.
Wow.
So no more tears.
This was for free at this stage, right?
This is for free.
Yeah.
And this kind of goes into how my business grew too, with doing, people are paying for what I'm also offering for free, which is a crazy thing to do. A lot of course creators would go, no, why would you do that? But it works.
Yeah.
So I started going online and then I told people how many paintings I have, 450 themes that I've been painting over the last 10 years at different events. And I can put them all online, but I wasn't sure how to do that. And I then, Stu McLaren, he's my mentor, he came past and he was talking about membership. So I did a free workshop with him and I launched during the 5-day free challenge. And these people that have been painting with me the last 3 weeks signed up for my membership. So overnight I had more than 200 members signing up, and wow. From the free events. And I am still, up until today, more than 2 years later, still offering free paint nights every week on my Facebook page.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so there's so much good stuff going on there. Let me summarize a bit of this and ask some questions. So when you said you'd go live on your Facebook page, was this like a business page? Was this your personal profile? What was that, both?
It was my Facebook business page, and back then I think I had 2,600 followers on my page.
Gotcha. And they were people that had maybe come to your face-to-face classes before, that you'd done.
Yes.
They were
mostly local.
Gotcha. Awesome. Okay, so that part makes sense there. Now, the actual launch, how did that kind of work? How did it go from, all right, I'm doing these Facebook Lives 3 times a week. How did it go to, all right, cool, now I'm going to sell or charge people $20 a month for this membership?
I asked my audience, I asked them how much they want to pay. I did a little poll on Facebook. I asked, how much are you willing to pay? And back then, I think I started off with $17 a month.
Gotcha.
But I had a founding member launch. If you join right now, you'll pay $10 a month, and that will continue. If you, I actually launched with 2 memberships. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, okay.
I had a smaller membership and then one with more advanced courses. Anyway, but I just asked questions and then went on to the Thinkific website.
Yeah.
And created the membership with no idea what I'm doing. I just winged it. They have great help files, and I figured out how to do a membership. I uploaded my first video. I told everyone what I'm doing the whole time. So I found a platform, I did this. These are going to be the first videos. And then I just launched with Facebook Live, and I said, it is now live, go sign up. I have never done launches before. I have never done memberships before. So with a little guidance from Stu, and I launched before he told us what to do.
Yeah,
so
wow.
I kind of figured out where he was going, so I just did it. It's a crazy way to start, but it worked for me. He actually interviewed me and asked questions. So the following I bought his full course and kind of molded and shaped my memberships through that. But the launching was literally, I think of something, I ask my audience, I go and do it. And then I'll ask another question, go and do it. And then I did a Facebook Live to tell them, okay, it's ready, go sign up. And then I went to bed and I woke up with $8,000 in the bank.
Wow.
And
that's such a good story.
It was crazy. So I also offered monthly membership, 1-year membership, 2 memberships. It was crazy. What I offered, I would not suggest anyone do it. I worked really hard the first few months, but it was good. It saved me.
And now it's down to, 100%. And now it's down to the 1 membership, is it?
Now I just have the 1 membership, and I have, my retention went down. I went through a really hard time last year. So I didn't really market. I'm only getting back into marketing and growing the membership now again. So it went up and down. I've had the really great thing with having a membership is when you are not doing great, it works by itself.
Yeah.
Like I had reoccurring income. I still did my Facebook Lives, but I wasn't able to produce more courses. There was no space for that back then. But my membership was still going. I was still looking after my members, still checking in with them, still giving them what I've promised, but I didn't have to create extra courses or do more.
Question with that. So I've got heaps of questions with that again.
Yeah.
On that note though, can I ask what is your retention rate is? Do you have that number in terms of either, I guess, a retention rate, a churn rate, or how many cancellations you
right
get?
now it's about 82%.
Gotcha. So if you've got, let's just keep it simple for the listeners. If you had 100 members, 82 of them would stay the next month. Is that what you're saying there?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. Okay, cool. So I want to dive a bit deeper because there's even so many things in there as well. And I'll summarize a couple of things I think you've done really well there, just to stick to your story. I think one thing is sharing the journey with your audience. It wasn't just a matter of, I'm going to do all this stuff on my own and not tell anyone, and then I'm going to launch and all these people are going to magically come up. It's not really like that, right? Along the way, you were kind of saying, hey, I'm excited. I've got this platform. I'm going to do this. And not only that, but you were asking your audience as well. It wasn't even so much, because that's what I think a lot of course creators do, right? It's kind of like they've got this idea in their mind and they'll kind of do it in a vacuum. They won't share what they're doing on their social media. They won't ask their audience, and then they'll launch. And it's a toss of the coin. You'll toss the coin and maybe you got everything right yourself, or maybe you didn't. And then you have to do the things that Freda did anyway. Well, why didn't they buy? Let me ask my audience. Oh, the price was too high or too low, or they wanted this and they didn't want this, So I think you did that really well there. I've got a couple questions. Let's start with Thinkific. Why Thinkific, and what do you think of it?
So I did a little bit on Teachable, which is an American brand, and I wasn't fond of it and went to Thinkific.
You went with the Canadians. That's what you did, right?
Canadians. I actually met some of the founders of Thinkific in a networking events, and I'm like, why didn't I start with Thinkific? But I was able to set up everything with 2-3 hours of work with Thinkific. And in the last 2 years, the way that Thinkific has grown and how easy it is to use, because every time I wanted to do something, if you go to the help file and you type in what you want to do, there's a document for it. Their community is fantastic. Their customer support is fantastic. And my users liked Thinkific. I would upload something, and I have a lot of older users too. So I would go in, I would make little videos on how to use and ask them how do they feel about the system, and the feedback was always good. So Thinkific cost me maybe $300 a month.
Gotcha.
Because I have the growth program, which gives me a little bit more than the standard one. If I just had the standard, it would be $150 a month, which I still think is unbelievably great value. So but in general, why I like Thinkific, number one, it's Canadian, and number two, it's so easy to use, easy to create a course within minutes.
Yeah, I think so. I asked that question to all course creators, right? And I've kind of used all the platforms as well. From what I can see, Thinkific is the most popular. I think it has more users than any other platform.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's from what I can tell, Thinkific number 1, Kajabi number 2, Teachable number 3. I've used Thinkific here and there. I've never run a full business on it. I have used Teachable, and I got to say, I do prefer Thinkific to Teachable. I think Teachable has kind of slipped a little bit. I think Teachable used to be better than Thinkific, but they haven't quite done a lot of updates recently. Whereas I think Thinkific is continuously updating. Ever since I've been following the last couple of years, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I don't think they used to do things like order bumps and upsells, but now they do. I don't think they used to do things like webinars, but now they do. So it's constantly improving there. So awesome. All right. Now tell us about, because you had no online content to start with, and you started that membership with no online content, or what did you have when, let's say someone signed up for your membership straight away, they log on to their dashboard on Thinkific, what's there? What do they get to start with?
So when I started, they got a welcome message that said, hang tight. I'm recording next week. They literally logged on, signed up, and there was nothing in there. Gotcha. And then the following week, I used my trusty phone
Yeah.
This little contraption that you see back here and my ring light.
If people listening on audio, you're talking about your tripod, right?
Yes, my tripod behind me,
Yep.
and my ring light,
Yeah.
my iPhone, and I stood it up in front of my easel and I just started recording and then upload the video. I didn't even do any editing because it's just a short video. I upload the whole video. Sometimes people would tell me to go check the video because I sneezed on it or something. I didn't even chop that out back then. Now I do a little bit of editing using iMovie.
Yeah.
But when they come
even
into
then,
the
you might cut the start out, the end out. That's about it, right?
Yeah. So now when they join the membership, as soon as you come in, there's a mini course on introduction, all the supplies that you need, all the necessary links to community groups. And then my membership is like the Netflix of paint night videos.
Gotcha.
So they log in and they have access to everything. And they can binge watch, so they can do 5 paintings this weekend and then don't do one for 2 weeks. And then every month they give them 2 or 3 new videos.
Gotcha. And so the membership now is just built up from you doing those live videos. Is that what it is? Like if someone wants to log in now, it's 2 years worth of, you doing those live videos. Is that what they're accessing?
Yeah. So the live videos, when I do go live on Facebook, it only stays on Facebook for 24 hours. And then move to the membership. But I also record other classes. So there are content that is exclusive to the membership. And so with my Facebook Lives, people are getting to know me and how I teach. So I make them fall in love with the classes and how I teach. And then I record other classes that I put in the membership that I advertise, but those are ones that I'm not planning on ever doing for free. So you have to join the membership to gain access to that.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So that makes sense. So just want to get my head around this kind of system. Your marketing funnel is kind of Facebook, right? You'll go on Facebook, you'll do your live video on Facebook there. People are watching, they do it live. And then I'm guessing at the end of the video, you kind of say, right, this is going to be live for 24 hours. After that, it gets taken down. But hey, I've got this membership. It's going to have this plus heaps of other ones. Hit the link in the comments to buy it. Is that kind of how that works?
Exactly how it works.
That's genius. So it's like your free content. I know you mentioned there's some other stuff as well that's exclusive for the membership, but majority of the paid content is the same as your free content. So it's kind of like you're marketing and selling and delivering all at the same time.
I am. It's amazing. And then also how it reaches, because now I have my own mini fan club in Thailand. Wow. I have people from Barbados.
Originally it was all people from British Columbia, right?
Yes. Yes. So now it's a lot from the USA. Quite a few people from Australia, the UK, England, China, everywhere. People are following from everywhere. I'm actually putting up a map in my office now because I want to put little pins in of where everyone is.
Yeah, that's sick.
Because I'm still blown away. Barbados, Bora Bora. I couldn't believe it. Some of the staff from a restaurant was painting with me, and I'm like, that's so amazing.
Can I ask, how is that just organic reach? You just post and people are sharing it and Facebook showing it? Like, do you actively go out, do you run ads, or do you actively go out and find people, or this is just an organic following?
It's so painful to tell people because they can't stand me saying it. I do not pay for ads right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I do create the event on Facebook. So everyone knows that next week I go live. Consistency is king. A lot of people, it's boring. I know, like doing the same thing over and over. But after 2 years, whether I like it or not, it works. You got to do what works, whether it's boring or not. And if someone could pay me $10,000 a month, and I would do this for free. Yeah. But I need to eat, so I need to continue doing this. I create the event on Facebook. It gets shared all over the world. Sometimes my events, if I go look at the reach, because it's online, and I am providing something that Facebook really enjoys, an
Yeah.
hour to an hour 15 free class, I sometimes reach 150,000 people with one
Wow.
Facebook event.
Because Facebook would love it because it's keeping people on Facebook for an hour, you know?
Yes,
Of
yes.
course they're going to show that to their
They-
users.
I want to call up some stats for you on
Yeah,
how
please.
much it reaches.
And just while you're doing that, Freda, if you can multitask, can I ask what kind of workload it is for you? So for you to do everything with this membership, you know, the lives, the updating, the coursework, the messaging, whatever, how many hours are you kind of working a week, give or take?
Very little.
Yeah.
I'd say the weeks that I'm recording and editing and uploading is maybe 6 hours.
Gotcha.
And then I got to think of the English word, batch working, where I would sit today and create events on Facebook.
Gotcha.
Maybe an hour this week, and then that is once every 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, wow. So it's literally like maybe 5-10 hours a week on average, you'd kind of say?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so that's a pretty good deal there. Have you got those stats you want to show us, Freda?
Yes. So this one was only on Facebook for a week and a half, and I reached 43,000 people.
Yeah, wow.
So that is if I create the event, and then that's the time until the event happens. If I list an event a month ahead of time, I can reach 100 to 150,000 people.
Wow. Now tell me this,
Yeah.
you just use Facebook, right? This isn't also on Instagram and YouTube, it's just Facebook?
Mostly just Facebook. The only thing I do on Instagram is after the event, which is so great to do, I do a little selfie.
Yeah.
And I say, thank you for joining me. Please come and share your painting. So if you go to my Facebook page and you go click on all the selfies, in the comments, you can see what other people have done, which is also great. This is also my feedback.
Yeah.
So my testimonials. Freda, this is the first time I'm painting with you. I cannot believe I created that. And then it's a photo of their painting.
That's sick.
So
Yeah.
it's so crazy.
Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to find another one for you, but it's not coming.
I think the other cool thing as well, like I think what a lot of course creators will do is try and be on every platform. Right, I've seen this person there on YouTube and Pinterest and Facebook and Instagram, and it's just too hard. It's kind of like to get good content on all of those and know the algorithm and then edit this for Instagram and this. It's so much work. It's so much easier. What I feel like you've done, Freda, is just be the foremost expert in Facebook for what it is you do. And you're just going to put all your eggs in that basket. Make sure the content's tailored to Facebook. Make sure people are, you know, on Facebook, using the events on Facebook. And like, it's not even worth doing the others. That'll take your focus away and stress you out. You know, it's better just focusing on Facebook there.
Yeah, I believe you need to have a presence everywhere and be current, like a post once a week or once every 2 weeks. Just have a presence, be there so people can get adjust for you. But my effort, everything happens on Facebook.
Yes.
Like it's and I'm not the biggest Facebook fan, but I love what it's doing for other people. Like the amount of people that I can reach, and when they come in, and it's really great for business, but it's even better for the people. So if you love what you do and you love your people, then you go where they are and where they want to be.
Yep. Agree. Now, question on Thinkific there, Freda. So I've actually never used it as a membership site. Functionally on there, do they have a membership site section, or have you just got like one course on there which is called Freda's membership, or do you have a number of mini courses on there and it's a bundle? What's it like functionality on Thinkific for a membership site?
So you choose that when you choose the payment system, the payment method. So you can have a once-off payment or you can have a membership payment. And I use the bundle section for this. So you can create a course or a bundle, and then when you choose the payment, you can choose you can have a once-off payment, a 6 months or 2 months, or how many premiums, whatever you want, or you can choose a membership, which is then have the $19 a month.
Gotcha. And then so you've chosen the bundle, and then
Yes.
is each one of your lessons a separate course in that bundle, or do you have sections? Here's this type of paintings, this type of paintings. What do you do there?
I break it up into themes. So
Yeah,
there's a
okay.
start here course, and then I have animals and birds, and I have landscapes and seascapes or sea creatures. So I have it broken up like that. And when you go into the course, there's an index, and then you click on the painting that you want to do, and then it will take them to that course. But I also sell the courses individually. So if you go to the all courses page, you can see the course. So maybe my little panda bear painting comes up. When you select it, if you're a member, at the top, I created a membership access. So that takes you to the bundle where the panda would be.
Yeah.
If you're not a member, you can purchase that class.
Gotcha. And can I ask the price for the one-off course?
$12 Canadian.
Gotcha. So you're better off being a member, right? It's like, I get one for 12, or I can get all of these for 20.
And then when you scroll that page at the bottom, I actually tell you, buy this course $12 or join the membership to get more than 100 other paintings for $19. And I see a lot of people join the membership and they have access to all these paintings.
Love it. Now, question here, Freda. A lot of people in the course creator space use like a freebie. They'll give away like a freebie to kind of get people on their email list.
Their lead magnet, yeah.
Yeah. You don't have one, right? You just go straight from your Facebook page. That's kind of your go.
That's my, yeah. So I have my Facebook page, and I list the event.
Yeah.
So that is the freebie, the lead magnet.
Yeah.
But when you open it up, the second point in my event is join my Facebook community.
Gotcha.
So you click on that, and then you have 3 questions to answer.
Yeah. One of them is the email. I then use group leads to get that onto an Excel spreadsheet that goes into my constant contact, and they get an email reminder every week. And I have to tell you, my email list grew from 600 people to more than 12,000 in the last. Wow.
The biggest growth was since about October last year.
And you've got, would you say 12,000 on the email list?
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, I got to say, Freda, your system is tight. I speak to a lot of course creators, and because there's so much you can do, but I feel like you've just simplified it so much. It's like, hey, I'm going to go on Facebook. I'm going to do a live video on Facebook. I'm going to promote this on Facebook. Pretty much to go to this event, you also join my Facebook group and get my email list. You do this live thing. I do a bit of a sell at the end, and then the membership is pretty much what was the free thing anyway. It's just such a really, really good system. So I'm super impressed with that. Now I'm curious about mentors, Freda. You've mentioned Stu McLaren. Would you say he's your kind of go-to with everything mentors, or is there any other people you'd like to give a shout out that you follow, or you've done their course or read their book?
So Stu McLaren he's my guy. Like, I joined his membership. I'm still a member. I'm actually in his membership course now. A lot of people are like, why are you doing it again? Because his community is constantly changing. I'm constantly learning. And after I took last year as a little bit of a lull, I am revamping the membership. I've got what else can you do? There's so much more I want to do and want to give to the people. I want to, so he's my guy, Stu McLaren. And then Beverly Rasmussen, she is the systems coach right here in town, but she's now known worldwide. She's my other mentor. She was my business coach in 2018 when I had a studio. And I created systems in my business to keep things simple. And I do everything like I did my membership here. So if you want to paint with me, that's how I guide you step by step. Very simple, very easy. Before you know, you got a great painting. The way I run my business was the way that she told me. Everything has a system. So if I create an event on Facebook, I write a system. So Beverly Rasmussen, and she's the systems business coach. So she's my other mentor.
Love it. Yes. Well, I
the
can
two
tell
of them.
I'm a systems guy as well. And that's why I'm so fascinated with what you do, because the system is just so tight. I love it. And even like this is how I kind of learned systems. I learned from a mentor as well. And the way he taught it was basically like, hey, there's kind of two things in business. There's either something that you're going to have to do again. If it's one of those things that you're going to have to do it again, look, the best thing to do is create a system. It might take you a few extra minutes the first time you do it to document what you do or take some recordings or whatever. Yeah, it might take a little bit longer. But once you've got that system, it just becomes so much easier to do in future, and also easier to hand off to someone else. I'm not sure if you have a team. If you do, it's very, hey, here's what I do. It's already written down there. Off you go. Someone else can do it. So
And that's the thing. Last year, I needed some help.
yeah,
I needed to take some time off. I just gave it to someone else, and my business was going while I needed the time that I need because I had the systems.
Yeah.
It's so important. So those are my two big ones. But I do the general. I don't know if you know Amy Porterfield. I love listening to her podcasts. Our old friend Russell Brunswick.
Brunson,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
huge fan of those two.
yeah.
Awesome. All right, Freda, wait, I'm sure everyone listening to this is super inspired by your course creator journey. Where's the best place? Let's give us two options. If people just want to follow you in general and they're like, right, I like what Freda does, whether they want to paint with you or they just want to follow your journey, let us know the best place. I'm guessing it's your Facebook page, but let us know the best places to follow you. And then also, if someone's interested in taking your course, what's the best thing for them to do? Which I'm guessing is your Facebook page as well.
Yes. So start off at the Facebook page. So it's facebook.com/Zealous Art, ZEALOUS Art, but with two Z's. And on Instagram, Pinterest, everywhere else is at Zealous Art with two Z's. So really simple to find me. On Thinkific, it's zealousart.thinkific.com. And then my website is zealousart.com.
There we go. Just Zealous Art, wherever it is.
Zealous
Right?
Art. It's just, that's it.
But that's another important thing I found as well. I was lucky where I got that early on, where I'm like, right, I want that one handle the same on everything. Because it's hard if it's like, on Instagram, I'm zealous_art_1, but on Facebook, I'm zealous_art, and then on YouTube, I'm Freda_. No one's remembering that. So much easier just have the one on all of them. So I love that. Freda, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. Was there anything I should have asked you but didn't, or anything you want to finish us off with?
Have fun while you do what you do. Like I find that people are very serious. I'm in a lot of groups and I read the comments and I sometimes leave the bloopers in my videos now because they're going to see it in my live anyway.
Yeah.
So the important thing is deliver what you promised.
Yeah.
Like I find also I'm part of a brand new membership right now, and in the first week we were promised, and I'm struggling because it's now in the second week and I'm not getting what was promised. So I think if you keep it simple and deliver, and yeah, that's it. I don't have much more to share. I think I did share a lot about where to start and keeping it simple and have fun, and yeah.
Love it. Well, Freda, I thoroughly enjoyed talking to you. That was an awesome episode. Thank you for your time.
You are most welcome. Thank you.